Hey everyone! If you are new here, my name is Michaela and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you 6 tricks on how to jumpstart your weight loss journey. Let's get started. 2 common ways that people normally track their food is by either counting macros or counting calories. Either way can be effective. However, I've noticed personally that macros definitely kickstart the weight loss journey a lot faster. It goes a lot smoother and you tend to see a little bit more progress a little bit faster. For anyone that doesn't know what macros are, macros is short for the term macronutrients, which are made up of 3 major groups: carbs, fats, and protein, which are measured in grams. Setting your macros will let you know how many grams of carbs, fats, and protein that you can consume throughout the day to build muscle or lose fat, depending on what your goal is. If you don't know how to find your macros, there's a few ways you can go about doing that. You can either find a coach or a specialist that sets macros. You can talk to a dietitian, or you can seek out a friend that might know what macros are and how to help you get to the numbers that you're looking for. Or you can go to a web calculator and try to find your macros out that way. When I first started tracking macros, I did use a web calculator. I use iifym.com's calculator and it was pretty accurate. I mean, I used them, I tweaked them a little bit, but for the most part, I kept it around the same ballpark. For anyone that's interested in using that, I'll leave the link down below in the description box so you guys can fill out a questionnaire to figure out what your macros are, so you can go ahead and fill that out. Play with it a little bit, see if it works for you, see if it doesn't work for you, see if you need to change it around a bit. It's all about trial and error and figuring out what works best for you. So the first set of numbers that you get might not be perfect, but it's kind of just a ballpark to see what you can do to make it work for you. With that said, remember that results don't happen overnight. So in order to see if it's actually working for you, give it like 4 to 5 weeks. If you don't really notice many changes, or you're noticing that you're losing weight too fast, try to change it up a bit. Just kind of play around with it. Find people that know how to help you figure out the numbers, or message me on Instagram. I'm more than willing to help you try to find those numbers. To help ensure that you don't feel too hungry throughout the day with your new macros, make sure that the food that you're eating provides enough nutrients for you to stay full throughout the day. Eating 5 smaller meals rather than 3 will help your body stay full longer and will help minimize the snacking in between each meal. When choosing what to eat, make sure you're choosing nutrient-dense foods over foods that might taste better and fit your macros, but will only keep you full for like 10 minutes. To help with this, you can start by choosing your protein first, whether it's chicken or turkey or tuna or whatever your protein source might be. Then add in the carbs, then add in the fats, and then pile on some veggies. You can add volume to your plate by adding veggies, which are usually low in carb, low in calories, and don't have any fat in them. So it's a pretty good filler food that just helps you stay fuller longer and gives your body the fiber that it needs throughout the day. Another tip is to try to spread your macros out evenly throughout the day. If you're eating a consistent amount of food throughout the day, it will help you not undereat in the morning and overeat at night, or vice versa. It will help you eat consistent meals throughout the day. It's so important for you to try to drink a lot of water while you're trying to lose weight. A lot of the times when our body thinks we're hungry, we're actually really thirsty. So it's really good to try to drink a gallon of water a day. It will help make sure that when you're eating, it really is because your body needs food, not just because we want to eat. So drinking water can really help us stay intuitive with what our body actually needs. Sometimes it's really hard to tell if we're actually progressing or not, because we look at ourselves so often and we're always judging ourselves and looking in the mirror and pointing out flaws that we can't really tell when we are progressing and when results are showing. So it's really important that you take progress photos. Once a week is like the best time to do it, because you'll see little changes and it's really motivating to see that something is actually happening in your body. So I think progress photos are like the #1 way to stay motivated because you see changes and then it excites you to see more changes. So you want to keep going and keep doing what you're doing. So I think progress photos are like the #1 thing to do if you don't think you're seeing results. Okay, so I know so many girls that don't want to lift heavy weights because they think it's gonna make them bulky or manly or too muscular, but that really is not the case at all. Especially when you're weight training properly and you have the right amount of cardio throughout the week. I think weightlifting is the best way to lose weight because you're replacing fat with muscle and you're also getting lean, toned muscle, so you don't look big and bulky, you look nice and slim and toned. It's the best way to get that body that you think you're gonna get by doing a bunch of cardio. Weightlifting is the answer. Weightlift. And last but not least is to do HIIT training instead of doing hours of cardio on the treadmill. You don't have to waste your time. For those of you that don't know, HIIT, HIIT, stands for high intensity interval training. It's where you perform at maximum effort for a short burst of time followed by a short rest period. And then you do that like 8 to 10 times or until you just cannot go any longer. And that's it, it's over. You go for like 15 minutes at the most. It's fantastic. There's a few different ways you can do high intensity interval training. One of them is circuit training. For examples on how to do HIIT circuit training, I have 2 videos, an upper body HIIT circuit and a lower body HIIT circuit, and I will put those in the description box down below if anyone wants to check them out. The next style of HIIT that I would recommend is doing sprints. You can do it on the bike, a treadmill, or you can even go outside and run sprints. Personally, I like the bike best because 1, it's easier on my body, like my joints don't hurt as much when I do them, and 2, I don't feel like I'm gonna fall on my face. To perform sprints, you either pedal or run at your maximum effort or your maximum speed for 30 seconds, and then you follow it with a 30-second rest period. When you run sprints, you just either hop off the treadmill or completely stop. When I do the bike, I just pedal a lot slower. Like barely at all. There's many other ways you can do HIIT training, so feel free to get creative with it and make it as fun for you as possible. And you can come up with your own HIIT routines if you feel like you can. So those are my tricks on how to start your weight loss journey. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And also feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know if you have any other tips or tricks on how to start a weight loss journey or what has worked for you. I would also love to hear what videos you guys would like to see next. For more day-to-day content, follow me on Instagram at Michaela Fitness. The link will be down below in the description box. Make sure you subscribe to my channel.